Hello everyone, this is Nintendo2 and welcome to another History of Mods, this time on Tinkers and Natura. Just looking at InfiCraft, a mod that pretty much was the start of Tinkers and Natura. I'm not going to show it off in the in-game, but yeah, I thought I'd just highlight the fact that this was sort of the beginning of all the tool customization and armors and berries and other world gen stuff, even texture pack support, I guess. Ton of different things. So a lot of the glasses have been carried across. A lot of like microblock related stuff, which is part of Imobus, I think. Now. As well as even armors, the berries and other bits and pieces that are more common in Natura now, slime pools, a bunch of other bits and pieces, and yeah. And obviously we got like the main Tinkers thread, which is where we've got a fair amount of the, besides the Ghost Forge, downloads some of the files for the older versions, Tinkers 2. Just been looking through a bunch of mDiyo related things as well, just because I was curious. So I'm going to be using obviously the latest 152 or the final 152 one that I could find, and yeah, it actually adds a lot of the main stuff you'd expect from Tinkers, at least, besides getting to, I guess, Steelworks and the drawbridges being put into a separate thing and stuff like that. So a lot of common things, obviously, is the smeltery, different fluids, the different blocks, the ores, the drawbridge, the glowstone aggregator, which I actually forget sometimes exists, which is a cool idea. The different glasses have been carried across, ore berries, barricades, which there was an mDiyo mod that did this sort of thing. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it's exactly the same, but I'd say that maybe that could be a sort of carryover of sorts. Not Blockworks, I'm trying to remember which one it was. But either way, Bastion, that's most of what I'm thinking, I think. But otherwise, that's probably where I'm pretty sure the barricades and otherwise came from. Sort of what you expect of Tinkers, if you're familiar with it, is, you know, tons of blocks, mostly recognizable tools, modifiers, and otherwise. S extractor, levels, slime islands, punji sticks, other bits and pieces. It's pretty standard at this point. And then we'll go through each version of the latest 164 I can find, which I'm mostly going to go for the Ghost Forge versions here. 1710. Skip through at least 18, 19 and otherwise, because they were mostly trying to get the mod going with its new changes of the trait system in Tinkers 2 and otherwise. I have used it before and it takes a bit before obviously they get it where it's more ready after being, you know, ported to all these versions that then eventually will, of course, get to what it is now in 1.12.2. So yeah, we'll be looking at that, and then I'll be looking at Natura in maybe a half episode or another video at least, so depending on the time I have with this. In 164, 162ish or so, we've got obviously in that the multiple different supports for different metals, slab variations of typical stations. We've got Diary of a Tinker, the Infiminer, sorry. Balexes, Cutlass, Arrows, Slime TNT, I'm pretty sure it is. Exosuit, or Exo Armor, I should say. More options, creative modifiers, got the hearts, knapsack. Different things there. Got a few more blocks like the sort of nether smeltery type blocks. Got blood. Water with slimes. More fluid support. Channels, wooden rails. Ender. Now we'll look at the latest 1710, probably 110.2ish maybe, I guess, and then we'll go to 112. And then we'll go to Natura afterwards. 1710 we commonly had, besides the fact that I'm a big guy and bits and pieces, we had Tinker's Weaponry Book, had the shurikens and crossbows, as well as more to the strings and otherwise. I also forgot to obviously cover the health and other bits and pieces that you add to your character alongside the armor. And probably just a few refinements here and there. Traveler's armor and a bunch of other bits and pieces to add to the extra inventory. Probably minor things here and there. 1.8.9, so I'm not going to cover too much of 1.8.8. Added the ability for the more so now common different slime islands and other bits and pieces. It removed most of the other ore support, so you now only got cobalt and ardite compared to aluminium, copper, and a bunch of other bits and pieces. Got the gear and otherwise, I'm pretty sure still commonly. Small boots, sling. Sort of the beginnings of restructuring it for the new trait system, as well as pulling things over. Got the item frames, bunch of the bits and pieces done to the modifiers, as well as slimes as well, like bricks, and yeah. In 194 we have it in that where there's obviously a bunch of restructuring in that for the fact of 1.9's combat changes. Got the clear item frame, got the piggy backpack, like so. Bunch of other minor things. I'm pretty sure there was comparative support, bunch of other small stuff. Mostly still in there, just bringing things back and that from what was ported over and what needed to be done again, like certain things like shurikens and medics and other bits and pieces. So in 110.2 we have it now where there was obviously a lot more adding things back in, like bolts and allowing in that for different possibilities of the different woods. If the sharpening kits were in this version specifically, or certainly prior versions, but certain other things had returned obviously. Got mending moss, the different slime boots, got now the clay casts or one-use casts, and then we'll go straight to 112 of the latest version. And finally we have 112, 112.2, where obviously we have cameras, we have casting channels, a bunch of other bits and pieces, material rebalancing, as well as the different slime slings, and possibly hard wheat sticks, bomb spaghetti, channels, as you can see here, obviously, something like so, wooden hopper, parts chest, and there's probably a few other minor things like the support of different fluids, which I probably could have covered, but in other versions probably. And yeah, that pretty much covers Tinkers at the moment. We'll cover Natura in the next video, and then from there we'll be on to what the next episode is. Otherwise though, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.